Hello, I am Pam, and this is my channel, Made by Pam. So, today, I am doing a little tutorial, and this is for Sherry from Granny's Sewing Room for her wonderful advent calendar creation that she has done. And hopefully, I do this justice. Alright, well, let's get started. So today, I have decided that I want to make a scarf. So, and it's going to be a Nightmare Before Christmas scarf because that's what I'm going to do. So basically what I'm doing here, this is a yard of fabric here. And I'm just taking and folding it over like this so that it's easier. And how I'm going to do this is I am going to cut the width of it 8 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and line it up on my line up here. Because I have a line. And kind of make sure it's even here. And then I'm going to count down 8 inches from there. So my 8 inches would be right there. And then I'll go ahead and take my cutter. Okay, I got 8 inches there. Now also, I need 2 of these. Because one at 44 inches is not enough to make a good scarf. You have to have 2 of them at 44 inches. But part of that will be cut off towards the end. So I'm going to go ahead and cut another 8 inches. Okay. So I have my 2 8-inch pieces cut, and then I have some fabric left. Alright, so next step, so we have these 2 cut. My next step is cutting some black fabric. So the backing, I just threw stuff on the floor. So the backing of that fabric is going to be this black fabric here. Sorry about that noise. I just had to pull up my chair so it can hold the excess weight of the fabric as it is off of the chair there. So I just want to make sure that I have this fabric even here. I'm going to fold it in half and then fold it in half again. I'll fold it twice. And then that's when I'm also going to cut across 8 inches. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and line it up on my line up there. Just like that. And I know this top edge that I have is a straight edge because it's on the selvage. So I hope it stays that way. Alright. I have that. And then measure down 8 inches on this piece. And I'm doing this with my phone because, yeah, I can hook my phone up to my computer and edit the video that way, but I can't hook the computer up to the computer because my editing software still works. It's just that my camera software on the other computer does not work very well. All right, so I have my 8 inches cut. Sorry about that. All right, so first step is moving that out of the way, obviously, and taking the machine. And we are going to take both sides of this. So we have this side here and this side here, and we're going to put those together. Okay, I got that all straightened up here. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing and it turns out okay. Okay. So I'm just going to put it over this because this selvage I'm going to want to have to either cut off or just top stitch it down because it has the little holes in it from where they put it as they process the fabric. Oh no! I think my bobbin, yeah, my bobbin is starting to run out. So just give me a moment. All right, problem fixed. Let's continue. Go ahead and trim that. All right. So next step, I'm just going to like finger press this here. Okay. And then I'm going to put it through my machine and top stitch it. Okay, so I have that top stitched here. Now the next step is attaching the back side of it. And I probably should have ironed this fabric before I started. Yeah, but that's okay. So put these two pieces together and hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So obviously this black piece of fabric isn't totally straight on the edges because it is with a piece of fabric I had readily available that I'd already cut, but I cut it off a big roll so my edges aren't all the way even, because I was going to make something else with it and then I changed my mind. Okay, so now that edge is even. what that means okay. All right. So I'm just going to pin this edge here just so it kind of keeps it in place. Then we're going to take with the machine and we're just going to stitch all the way down on both sides. And we'll just stitch as much as this black fabric will allow. And then what's left over on the edge we'll trim off. Make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Hopefully that didn't make you sick. A little bit of maneuvering here. All right. Okay, we have that side done. Now we're just going to flip it over, pull it back towards me, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch this other side here. And make sure I do back stitch so that it doesn't come unraveled. Okay, so we have that part done. Now, we're going to go ahead and take this back over here, and we're going to stitch this end closed. I know I could have stitched it closed at the very beginning, but I didn't. And I actually want to make sure that I'm over a little bit beyond the selvage and those lines. Because I could have pre-cut the selvages off at the beginning, but I choose not to. Alright, before we turn it, I'm going to go ahead and trim this edge, so it's just going to look like that, so there'll be less bulk. And then also I'm going to take my cutter and I'm just going to cut a little bit of that edge off. There we go. Now on this other side, I have that, so I have a little bit of extra. And of course my fabric isn't straight at the edge, but that's okay. It doesn't affect it. Go ahead and trim that piece off. There we go. That piece is taken care of. Now the next step we are going to do is we are going to stitch this edge, and we are just going to leave a small hole in this. So that we can turn it. Now I'm using a woven fabric with a knit fabric, but the knit fabric was so soft and cozy. Who wouldn't want that as part of the part against your skin to keep you warm, right? All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and flip this. And I didn't quite make my hole as big as I did my last one. Yes, you heard that right. I have made this before. Let's see. Try it this other way. This is going to make it quite long, but it's all good. But you want a scarf to be a little bit long, right? Now that I have some of that other side kind of pulled through, I'm going to go ahead and get my fingers in there and grab a hold of that other end that I had and pull it all the way through. And the reason why I trim those edges is it makes the corners a lot nicer. Just get the fingers in there and push out those corners. Now I know it's going to be a little bit rougher with these other corners because it's very long. Let's kind of finagle it a little bit to make sure I get that good. All right. Well, that looks okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it over to my ironing board, and I am just going to iron these seams so they're a little bit crisper and lay flatter, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have it all ironed, and as good as it's going to get. I'm not going to be really finicky about it. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the needle in my middle position so I can just run the fabric right along the edge of that. I'm going to go ahead and do a top stitch all the way around the whole portion of this scarf. Alright, one full side done. Needed that extra stitch. Now I'll go ahead and sew down this other side. Okay, we have that part all top stitched. Go ahead and trim my threads here. And now the next step we are going to do with this is we are going to add a little like fuzzy trim along the edge. Just like this. There we go. And I'm just going to put it on my zigzag stitch. I'm going to turn up my stitch length to 4. and my stitch width to 7. So it's all the way up. Then I'm just going to take and do a zigzag stitch going all the way down. This is just like an extra thick, fluffy yarn that I had. And it works really well for this. Just trimming my threads here. Hopefully you're able to see everything. On this other edge, I'll just take and trim that piece off. It's just, there we go. And then I just kind of take and kind of loosen up some of those fibers out of that zigzag stitch. And that's a perfect edge. So now we're going to go to this other edge and do the same thing. There's going to be a perfect length that will have a little bit of extra at the end. And sometimes my threads do like to get caught up in the foot. No harm, no foul. Alright. Go ahead and trim that piece off there. And then we'll take and trim off this other little bit of extra right here. Alright. So this is the scarf all finished. Now I'm going to take it one step further, and I am going to apply a Nightmare Before Christmas embroidery patch. But what I have not done yet is I have not trimmed the edge on those yet, like the extra strings. So I just use my little curved scissors here. Now I was going to use this patch for the other one that I made, but I wasn't able to get it done in time. So a lucky person is going to get this one on their scarf. So I am going to do a giveaway in this, and Sherry says it's up to me if I want to do a giveaway, and this will be my product that I made. So how you enter the giveaway is I am going to on Saturday morning, so you have until Friday night. Well, I guess up until Saturday morning till I go live. Yeah, I'm going to do it a live video. So let's say Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, which would be 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So 11 a.m. Eastern Time 9 a.m. Mountain Time, I'm going to come on and I'm going to do a giveaway. So how you enter this giveaway, I would like to at least see all the comments. But what I would like you to do is leave a number. So let's say a number between 1 and 200. And if there's more numbers than that, I will adjust it. But a number between 1 and 200, and I don't want any duplicate numbers, and only one entry per person. So, if you have family that watches and wants to enter to win this, they can. That'll be great. So you enter in a number, and so on Saturday morning, so I would like you can leave your number with your comment. Just put in a random number between 1 and 200, and I will do a random number generator live on Saturday, and it will pick that number. And so who's ever the closest to that number that it picks, you'll be the winner. So let's say you was to choose a number 10 and someone else chose a number 5. You chose 10, but the number is 8. Well, what number is closer to 8? Is 10 closer or is 5 closer? Well, 10 is closer. So I'm going to be like a little nitpicky there. And it's going to be whichever one is closest. You know, up or down the scale. And be over or under, it's whichever one is closer. So if the number picks 6 and you have a 5 and the other person has a 10, the 5 would win. So it just depends on the luck of the draw. Alright, so I have this cut out. I gave you my rules, and then my email address is in my description box. I will put it in the description box of this video, and it will also be my email is also in my about page on my channel. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this down. And the fabric that I used to embroider on is a felt, like a crafter's felt. I find that it works really well for these type of things. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stitch along this edge here with my zigzag stitch, but I'm going to reduce my stitch length to 0.8. My stitch width will still be at the 3.5 that is the default. And I'm just going to go along here, and I'm going to try to keep this, let me go ahead and show you on the foot here. So it has this little line right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like they have little lines. I'm going to keep like the edge of that embroidery right there in that center line as I go, because the needle will go on that side back and forth over that middle, if that makes sense. So just hopefully as I go, I don't ruin this, right? Okay, so I have this all stitched up here. I'll go ahead and undo my pins, trim my threads. So this is what the back looks like. Just has a circle. And then this is the front, and it's all stitched on, attached. Now, I'm also going to stitch on the Christmas Jack. Now, I wish that it came with a little hat, but this is my Christmas Jack. So I did a green Oogie Boogie, like the Christmas green, and he's kind of got a Santa red as his outfit here. And I will try to get this one sewn on as well as I can. I am going to leave a little bit of space beyond the embroidery here. I'm not going to like embroider in there, like stitch it in there. I will just kind of follow along the lines that I have for this. And this is embroidered on felt. I find it like makes it really nice to do it this way, to embroider it on felt. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but it makes for some beautiful stitching. All right. Trim a couple of these strings, get them out of the way here. All right, so you can see this hopefully. I'm going to take and I'm going to stitch that right there on the scarf and pin it down a little bit here so it doesn't move as I go. And hopefully you like the Christmas Jack that I did. That's the beauty of embroidery, is you have that flexibility and options to change the collars. You don't have to go with what it says. All right. Wish me luck here. Make sure we're still moving right along. And it's okay to lift up the presser foot with the needle down to make sure you get it in the right position. That's going on just really nicely. I really like how this is turning out. A little bit of back stitching there. I'll use my scissors and trim those threads. We'll trim the back side here. All right. And take out the pins. And look how beautifully that is stitched. I love it. And then here is the back side. That is all stitched. So the other jack that I had, that I had stitched out, was this one. And while I was stitching out this one, I got the brilliant idea to do it like this. So hopefully you like it. If you'd like to win this giveaway, the instructions are there. Leave a number between the numbers of 1 and 200. And on Saturday morning, I will come on 9 a.m. Mountain Time, which is 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And I will do a live video with a random number generator. And I will pick a winner from those numbers that are left up until that point. to give this away if you would like it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and this video. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you next time. Stay creative. Bye now.